ultra-terrestrial radio, representing Nile Valley Ultra-Terrestrial Cosmic Network, along with Nile Valley Institute and the Nile Valley Scrolls, broadcasting on the arc frequency, telepathically searching for signs of life. The title of this Nile Valley Ultra-Terrestrial radio broadcast happens to be Recognition of Self. Let me re-emphasize ultimate recognition of self. Thursday, 12/03/15. Hotep, Nile Valley Ultra-Terrestrial Cosmic Network and Nile Valley Institute is our cultural base. This esoteric information presented in this Nile Valley Scroll is being specifically recorded and also documented exclusively for the Nile Valley Institute Ultra-Terrestrial Original Cometian Archives. And some, if not most, of the individuals reading this Nile Valley Scroll and listening to this Nile Valley radio broadcast shall become disturbed, overwhelmed, angry, offended, and inspired simultaneously, experiencing a wide cosmic spectrum of also fluctuating thought vibrations. For you see, we speak an ultra-terrestrial, ancient, original Cometian, Jetwa cosmic language. We have no further interest whatsoever to debate and or challenge anyone about anything. We are only presenting esoteric information that has intentionally been kept away from you. We are seeking only those individuals that are ultra-naturally compatible with our divine utopian presentation and cultural agenda. It has been said, many are called and few are chosen. We are now specifically also most definitely speaking to the individuals that are truly connected to and with our divine utopian ultra-terrestrial cosmic family. We are now posting online the Nile Valley Scroll and the Nile Valley Ultra-Terrestrial radio broadcast of the ultimate recognition of self. We are being now advised by the oracle through the divine word to also immediately upgrade our collective meditation. I say again, we are now being advised by the oracle through the divine word to also immediately upgrade our collective meditation to receive the amenities and incoming financial revenue that is required toward the implementation of the next phase of the Nile Valley Institute, Nile Valley Ultra-Terrestrial Cosmic Network agenda. This information does not fit also in the minds of most individuals. Some have become offended because we have said this. The American government, the pentagram, referred to as the Pentagon, has also repeatedly said this, along with most definitely the Vampire Federation of European Secret Societies. This is why they present illusions and propaganda to the American mass population, because they know the American masses in also no way shall be able to handle this information, because they have the consciousness of chickens, cows, pigs, and sheep in physical human form. This is why the Vampire Federation of European Secret Societies refer to the American mass population as Goyim, human cattle, farm animals, walking corpses. We have also reposted the following comments for you to also think deeply about. That says, we, the elite, think you are idiots. Sure, we are prideful, vain, powerful, and greedy. And sure, we deceive and lie and promote your ignorance. And so what? If you are too dumb, too stupid, or too self-involved to protect yourself against us, you deserve to be manipulated, used, and abused. And we think it is very funny that we can get away with it. We have been getting away with it for generations. Hell, we even forecast our plans through TV series and Hollywood movies, and you think it is entertainment. We are now again instructing each and every individual to go to PayPal.com. Go to the top of the page and click the send button. In that box, type in the email address nvi@email.com. nvi@email.com. Type in the amount of your financial pledge and click send. And or you can go to nile-valley-network.blogspot.com. This is all one word, nile-valley-network.blogspot.com, and go to the bottom of the Nile Valley scroll to PayPal. Click the PayPal hyperlink to follow the instructions to extend your financial pledges. You can also go to Ark Lord Imhotep, to our Facebook site. You can also go to Utopian Dreams, our YouTube music channel. That's UTOPION, Utopian Dreams, at YouTube. And you can also go to Nile Valley Ultra Terrestrial Radio on YouTube. You can also contact me at Lord_Imhotep Amen, Amen Ra, Lord Amen Ra at yahoo.com. Let us now launch a cosmic excursion into also the cosmos and the cosmic realm of ultra-terrestrial, original Cometian, ancient Jatwa culture, meditating on the title of this broadcast, Ultimate Recognition of Self. It has been said, I talk also too much about myself. Everything I do, regardless of what it is, I do for a reason and a specific purpose. Most of the time, far advanced beyond the comprehension of most individuals around me or whom I encounter. It has always been this way and shall always be this way. My approach is based on also what I refer to as the Muhammad Ali principle, when he repeatedly said, I happen to be the greatest of all times. And the more he repeated that mantra, more individuals came to see him become defeated. And he continued to reign true as being the greatest. And after a while, he became referred to as the greatest of all times. Of course, there were glitches in the program where there were freak boxing matches where an individual would move in on him and catch him off guard. When he fought also the fight against Larry Holmes, which was his former sparring partner, someone had put Bengay and some other oil in his boxing shoes and caused his feet also to overheat, distracting him and causing him to lose that fight, to sabotage his career. He was infected with pesticide poisoning. They took his title away when he refused to go to Vietnam. The Vampire Federation of European Secret Societies initiated all manner of subversion, diabolical, evil, hostility, malice, treachery, and viciousness toward Muhammad Ali, because they could not handle that he was representing the ultra-terrestrial original Cometian Brotherhood, also referred to as the original Jedi by our ultra-terrestrial original name of Jatwa. Muhammad Ali proved that he was and is the greatest boxer, Western style European boxing of all time. And see, you must remember always that no other ethnic group shall promote us other also than us, and we must promote one another. I have been saying this to brothers and sisters, promoting them. However, they are too mean-spirited, myopic, ignorant, arrogant, backwards, malicious, hostile, subversive, regressive, treacherous, and vicious to promote me. And most of the so-called African American mass population are Melkite Coptic Negro slaves. They are the clones of us, the ultra-terrestrial original Cometians. And they hate us as much or more so than all of the other ethnic groups combined. We are the most hated ethnic group across the global environment and the most imitated. We are the original illuminated ones. We are divine, utopian, ultra-terrestrial, original Cometians. Know thyself, and to thine own self be true. Those Negroes who fly around wearing Western European suits, shirts, and ties, and the females wearing permed hair, high-heel shoes, and Western European attire. Those are Western European clones, also referred to as Black Anglo-Saxons. And they are Melkite Coptic Negroes. They are not ultra-terrestrial, original Cometians. Carter G. Woodson spoke of this in his book, The Miseducation of the Negro. The educated, so-called educated Negro hates the so-called creative Negro. J.A. Rogers, in the book Sex and Race, had said that 95% of so-called African Americans are genetically defective. One of the brothers I have communicated with during the course of the previous years, an original Cometian yogi master, tracked me down like a bounty hunter one day, and he said he believes 99% of the so-called African American mass population are Melkite, Coptic, Negro zombies. I shall now speak briefly on the controversy in reference to the intercultural debate and conflict of the so-called Moors versus the ultra-terrestrial original Cometian brother and sisterhood, or the sister and brotherhood of ancient Kemet. The Moors went into Spain and Europe during 700 AD, 711 AD to be precise, and they reintroduced art, astrology, astronomy, mathematics, engineering, architecture, politics, and science to the Western Europeans in England and all across Western Europe, referred to as the so-called Dark Ages. The Vampire Federation of European Secret Societies regrouped and launched a military offensive directed toward the Moorish Empire and drove them out of Spain and Europe during the year 1491. The Moors ruled Western Europe during the course of 700 years. And see, one must comprehend and understand the Moors were the first original Muslims who introduced Islam to the Arab. And the Moors came from North Africa. However, most individuals are under the illusion and propaganda that Arabs introduced Islam. Keep this in mind, that Islam is an extension of Christianity that was introduced during the year 594 AD in the Monophysite Church of Syria. The core, nucleus, and foundation of this debate of the Moors versus the ultra-terrestrial original Cometians is based on the illusion and propaganda of the Moors introducing culture to Europe. They reintroduced culture to Western Europeans during the Renaissance from 700 to 1400 AD. Keep in mind, always, the ultra-terrestrial original Cometians introduced culture to the Neanderthal, backwards and subversive European culture. See, the original phonetic pronunciation of Europe is Europa. They are Europeans, connected to the moon of Jupiter, referred to as Europa. And in that movie, 2001, A Space Odyssey, the expedition by the Western Europeans was directed toward the Jupiter's moon, Europa. And the monoliths came from there, which is being symbolized by the Twin Towers of the World Trade Center, referred to as the monoliths. The hidden code of European origin from Europa, now referred to as being Europe. Keep in mind also that when we say, know thyself and to thine own self be true, we are speaking of the ultimate value, significance, and importance of us returning to the study and implementation of our divine, utopian, ultra-terrestrial, original Cometian culture. Now let us continue more in detail. Our ultra-terrestrial, original Cometian ancestors introduced culture to the backwards Neanderthal Europeans, referred to as the beasts who walks upside also down. And this was introduced through the Greek philosophy, the Greek pseudo-cultural propaganda known as Greek philosophy. All Greek philosophy and culture is based on ultra-terrestrial, original Cometian culture. Let us go into detail and give you some footnotes for you to think deeply about. Hippocrates was referred to as the so-called father of medicine. And when you go into a Western European American medical center, hospital, doctor's office, pharmacy, you can see a document on the wall referred to as the Hippocratic Oath. And he speaks of I, Hippocrates, blase splitter, whatever, do solemnly swear, okay. Now, somewhere near the conclusion of the Hippocratic Oath, he extends homage to the god of medicine, Asclepius. Let me say this again. He extends homage to the god of medicine, Asclepius, whose Cometian ultra-terrestrial name is Imhotep. 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 Some say I am Hotep, or I am Hotep. So if Hippocrates was the father of medicine, how could he be this when Imhotep came several thousand years before him, and he studied, copied, plagiarized, synthesized, recycled, and subverted the holistic and homeopathic medical genius of Imhotep? Being so far advanced, Imhotep was referred to as a god. He also had the DNA and lineage of the Metu Netta. I have been given the name of Imhotep because of my far advanced homeopathic knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of homeopathic and holistic science and nutritional science. In the Vatican, there is a mural on the wall in the archives portraying an illustration of the 13th constellation, because there are 13 zodiac signs, not 12. And that constellation is referred to as the constellation of Ophiuchus, the Roman Catholic Jesuit name of Imhotep. Now, some of you have gone into deep shock. You have become stunned, overwhelmed, devastated by the information that you have received in the 5 previous Nile Valley ultra-terrestrial radio broadcasts. In this broadcast, Ultimate Recognition of Self is taking you further into what is referred to as the Twilight Zone, taking you where you have never been before. And those of you that have become so westernized and Europeanized in your thinking, what I say to you, Hotep, on your journey. And it is best for you to just turn away from this broadcast and go your separate way. I re-emphasize again, instructing you to go to Nile-Valley-Network.blogspot.com. That's blogspot.com. It's one word, Nile-Valley-Network.blogspot.com. Scroll down on the page of the Nile Valley Scroll that you see to the bottom and click the PayPal hyperlink. Follow those instructions to extend your financial pledges. Or you can also go to paypal.com and go to the top of the page and click the send button. Type in the email address, the email cyber address, NVI, representing Nile Valley Institute, nvi@email.com, and type in the amount of your financial pledge. Also go to Ark Lord Imhotep, to our Facebook site, and write a comment. Extend words of encouragement, solidarity, synchronicity, collective support. You can also go to the YouTube channel, to our Utopian Dreams music channel. That's UTOP''ION Dreams, DREAMZ, Utopian Dreams, and listen to some of the original musical sketches written, arranged, produced, and recorded, and performed by our musical collective, Utopian Dreams. And you can go to the YouTube channel, to Nile Valley Ultra Terrestrial Radio, and you're here now. And we have other radio broadcasts in the archives and more forthcoming for you to listen to. You can also contact me at Lord Amen Ra. That's one word. Lord Amen, AMEN Ra, at yahoo.com. Let us now return to cultural vampires, referred to as the Greek philosophy and the Greek pseudo-cultural propaganda that was used to deceive the entire world across the global environment, pretending to be the authors of our divine utopian, ultra-terrestrial, original Cometian culture, putting their names on our cultural references and pretending to be the foundation of all culture across the global environment based on the white supremacy, illusion, and propaganda syndrome. Let's go further into detail. Hippocrates, the god of medicine, he refers to in his Hippocratic oath, Ophiuchus, the constellation of Ophiuchus, on a mural in Vatican City, under the Vatican, is all European coded names for the original ultra-terrestrial Imhotep. Mercury, the planet Mercury, the astrological sign Mercury, Thoth, and Hermes happens to be the Roman and Greek names for Tahute, or Ta, the original ultra-terrestrial Cometian Ta, the Metuneta of astral telepathic divine communication that transmits information and cosmic messages through also the cosmic aether into our minds through what is referred to as being the divine all-seeing eye and the third eye. The Western European divination, occult science referred to as tarot, from the tarot card deck, comes from the word ta. See, tarot. See, it's spelled T-A-R-O-T, but it should be P-T-A-H-R-O. Tarot, like Pharaoh. Tarot. Now let's go further. The name and story of so-called Jesus Christ was copied and adapted from the Greek Messiah, referred to as Osiris, that was copied and adapted from the original Messiah of ultra-terrestrial, original Cometian origin, Asar, from ancient Kemet. Let us now look at other components of plagiarism by the Greeks, the Romans, the Christian religion, and so on. The word cartouche came from the Cometian ultra-terrestrial word shenu, S-H-E-N-U. The phoenix came from the Cometian word Bennu, B-E-N-N-U. The so-called Washington Monument and the obelisk came from the ultra-terrestrial original Cometian word Tekken, T-E-K-K-E-N. The so-called Sphinx was adapted from the word Hormaket from the Cometian language. The so-called Temple of Thebes or Luxor, was adapted from the Temple of Waset, an ultra-terrestrial original Cometian temple where anti-gravity drives for anti-gravity spacecraft were built, driven by ultra-terrestrial original Cometian men and women. These were interstellar drives to go back and forth to other planets within also this referred or said solar system, and anti-gravity intergalactic drives that went to other star systems. And this is where Nikola Tesla received all of his information from. And I've heard it say, oh, Tesla can teach me all day. Various individuals, Melchi Complex. But yet, I learned of the free energy of Kemet in Waset during my 14th numerical year. All based on the hyperdimensional photonic science of hyperdimensional physics. You see, symbolized by the Jed, D-J-E-D, which is Tet, the Tet of Asar, which is the Jed, where the word Jedi comes from. See, I say to you, my brothers and sisters, my ultra-terrestrial, original Cometian brothers and sisters, my true brothers and sisters, Star Wars is talking about you. We are the Jedi, but we are Jedwa, D-J-E-D apostrophe W-A, and they took the W-A off and the D and just called it Jedi. Yeah. See, Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader, wearing black with the voice of James Earl Jones. That music also coming in. Everybody in the theater raising up because Darth Vader put something on you. You understand? He put something on you. My favorite character, because I knew that Darth Vader is a Jedwa Lord. They call him Lord Vader. And it's not a coincidence that also the name Jedwa, Dragon Lord, Amen Heru Imhotep was given to me, studying the Jedwa culture of the Force. Now, the name of Memphis, Egypt was copied and adapted from the Cometian city Mennefer, M-E-N-N-E-F-E-R. The sarcophagus was copied and adapted from the words Neb-Ankh. And ask yourselves, why were there two sarcophagus on both sides of the door where the so-called popular music diva Whitney Houston was being observed after she had been sacrificed by the Vampire Federation of European Secret Societies. And remember now, she also had told Oprah Winfrey they were trying to kill her. That group had also expressed an interest for me to speak with a member of that family. And I'm not giving any names of who contacted me. And I said the same thing. Europe claims these and thousands of other terms that has disrupted the common understanding of Cometian realities. This was not simply a process that infected thinking about ancient Kemet. It was a subversive process of European mind control based on the so-called white supremacy, illusion, and propaganda syndrome. Cities in ancient Kemet lost also their Cometian original names, only to be reintroduced with European names. Rakasta became Alexandria, named after so-called Alexander the Great or Alexander the Greek. What was great about also that upside down walking Neanderthal cave dweller? Harar became Salisbury. The new Star Wars movie, The Force Awakens, is coded symbolism for the return and rise of the ultra-terrestrial original Cometian Jaguar, the original illuminated ones, us, the original Cometians. Let us now talk about Melkite Coptic Negroes and the cosmic war that is waging between the Melkite Coptic Negroes and us, the ultra-terrestrial original Cometian brother and sisterhood, and sister and brotherhood. One is not placed over the other. See, there is no chauvinism here, and there is no feminism, even though a group of diabolical and evil feminists have declared war on myself and our divine utopian ultra-terrestrial original Cometian cosmic Jaguar Cometian family. And they are all being defeated, rebuffed, reprimanded, rebuked, binded, and banished forever into also the cosmic void of the netherworld. One by one, they are dropping. They are experiencing what is referred to as being so-called bad luck. I experienced setbacks at Nile Valley Institute and Nile Valley Ultra-Terrestrial Cosmic Network because of my humanity extended to a specific group of individuals that attempted to use our divine utopian ultra-terrestrial original Cometian information to deceptively and also diabolically and also deviously, hatefully and maliciously use our information, attempting to establish their own individual format, foundation, empire, or whatever, when they had agreed that this information would stay among us and we would move collectively. They are now experiencing divine retaliation and also divine retribution because of their attempted betrayal of our divine utopian humanity. And they are now being visited upon by the Metuneta Sekhmet, based on divine judgment on the scales of what is referred to as Ma'at, referred to by the Western European judicial court system as Libra, on your dollar bill and on the courthouses when you go in with the blindfold. Libra has been plagiarized from the original Cometian Metuneta, referred to as Ma'at, our sister of divine judgment. And for you see, it's equal opportunity. There's no chauvinism. Sekhmet, the Metuneta of cosmic fire and brimstone, who kicks the cosmic war beat, is also yin. We don't say female or woman, yin, the sister. See, Nekebet is symbolized by the vulture, you see, who comes in and cleans up after Nekebet leaves devastation as far as the eye can see. Nekebet is the brother of Sekhmet and Ma'at, Metunetas. Now you see, take notes on this, because this is far beyond your comprehension. This is why the jealousy and hatred toward me is off the scale. And the Melkite Coptic Negroes do not wish to hear anything that I have to say. However, they will go to YouTube and whatever the Western European beasts who walk upside also down tells them, immediately they run with it. That is a sad and woeful situation. It goes back to the slave mentality of so-called African Americans when there were ice houses, and there would be an ice house owned by a Western European American and another ice house across the street owned by a so-called African American. Many blacks, because of their cultural illiteracy and slave mentality, would go to the Western European American ice house and would not buy ice from the so-called African American ice house. And when asked why are they doing this, it had been actually said by those Melkite Coptic Negro zombies and walking corpses, the white man's ice was colder than also the black man's ice, even though both Western European owners and so-called African American owners purchased their ice from the same distributor. It was the same ice. However, the tragedy of the slave mentality and cultural illiteracy being so deep, they actually said the white man's ice is colder than the so-called black man's ice. You saw my voice change. You heard my voice go into a different vibrational, tonal reality, tonal resonance, because this is what is taking place today. They don't want to hear it from me, but they'll listen to it from the Western European Sahu man, the cave mankind. See, he is a kind of a man, you see, who has also taken our information, copied, adapted, plagiarized, recycled, synthesized, and subverted our culture, putting his name on it. And they say, oh, this just names, it doesn't matter. Well, if it does not matter, sons and daughters of Einstein, why was also it necessary to take our names away from us and change the names of our cultural references, all architecture, art? We had computers in electric lights when Europeans were dwelling in caves. We had anti-gravity space drives on anti-gravity craft. Oh, these were aliens flying this. Oh, the people, they didn't do. Oh, we are the so-called aliens or ultra-terrestrial, Matuneta, us. So now, if you cannot handle that, well, hey, I suggest you stay away from Nile Valley Ultra-Terrestrial Radio, Nile Valley Institute, and Nile Valley Ultra-Terrestrial Cosmic Network. Because we are now emerging, symbolized in the movie by Star Wars, The Force Awakens. We can also travel back in time to 1877, to the Compromise of 1877 that was passed in Congress by Congressman Jim Levy, Ashkenazi Khazarian so-called Jew, representing the Rothschild Mafia, who said, we must remove all areas of light from among the minority, referring to us, the so-called black man and woman, African Americans. We must remove their ability also totally to even see the light. And we must reduce them to the levels of the beasts in the fields, and then we shall be safe. For if they shall ever find out who they are and where they come from and what also they are capable of, it would be their doom. In other words, the Ashkenazi who control the American government are saying it would be their doom. Now let's look at hostile alien occupation based on the movie The Host that said 99% of the global mass population have all now been placed under hostile alien occupation. And for you see the acronyms, the ADS, ADD, ACDC, bipolar syndrome, PTS, manic depression, multiple personality syndrome, all of this is hostile alien occupation. And see, this is why the Pentagon has taken over the pharmaceutical industry, and all drugs that go through the pharmaceutical outlets, distribution outlets, are controlled and approved through also the Pentagon being received through the mad scientists at the World Health Organization. You need to write this down, sons and daughters of Einstein. So you thought. We travel the arc frequency. I have become referred to also as Arc Lord. The word wizard is the Western European word for shaman. Sorcerer is the Western European word for shakum. And we have the formula and the blueprint of defeating the artificial intelligence, transhumanism, alien frequency. And individuals have repeated the mantra, oh, there's nothing they can do. They are doomed, and whatever the secret societies, Illuminati does, they are helpless. Yes, because you are speaking forth your own doom, and you have already given all of your power away. So you keep on believing that, should I say, Melkite Coptic pseudo brothers and sisters, and you keep repeating that mantra, further sealing your own suicide. This information has also been received through Nile Valley Global Intelligence and Nile Valley Institute, along with members of the Nile Valley Ultra-Terrestrial Cosmic Network, representing our divine, utopian, ultra-terrestrial, original Cometian. Cometian Jetwa cosmic family. We are the ultra-terrestrial, original, illuminated ones. As we continue to work on the return to utopia. And I say again, you can go to paypal.com and go to the top of the page, press the send button, and type in this cyber email into the box, NVI, Nile Valley Institute, NVI at email.com, and type in your financial pledge. Or you can go to nilevalleynetwork.blogspot.com, nile-valley-network.blogspot.com. Scroll to the bottom of the page on the Nile Valley scroll, click the PayPal link, follow the instructions, and extend your financial pledges. You can also go to Ark Lord Imhotep, to our Facebook site. Express your comments, express your words of encouragement and cosmic alliance with us at Nile Valley Ultra-Terrestrial Cosmic Network, Nile Valley Institute, Nile Valley Radio. And you can also go to the YouTube channel, to our Utopian Dreams music channel. That's Utopian, UTOP'-ION, Utopian Dreams, DREAMZ. All of these songs, these musical sketches have been written, arranged, produced, recorded, and performed by our musical collective Utopian Dreams. UTOP'-ION, and our new album forthcoming, Return to Utopia, and our theme song, Who We Really Are. And you can contact me at Lord Amen Ra, AMEN Ra, Lord Amen Ra at yahoo.com. Hotep.